guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Ginny from Polly's Paper Studio, and by popular demand, I am going to share how I created the crepe paper fringe for my Halloween projects. Just about everybody that left me a nice comment said we want to learn how to make that, so I'm going to share with you today how to do that. It's really easy. You do not need a lot of supplies. You can glue it or you can sew it. Keep watching and we'll make this fringe together. So it really only takes a few simple supplies to make the crepe paper fringe, and you can change up the colors depending on your holiday or whatever project you're using. You can really customize it for whatever you're creating. So I've got crepe paper and I'm using black and orange. I think the best place to find a good variety is going to be at Party City. They have basically every color that you can hope for, and then they have it's just a little bit better quality in my opinion. I've gotten some from the dollar store before and found that the color isn't consistent, or the cut isn't always going to be straight. So I do like to get mine at Party City. I think any party store would probably be a good choice because you know they're going to have a nice variety. Also, I'm going to use my Martha Stewart shears. I don't really know exactly what these are called, but they have multiple cutting blades, so it's going to cut many strips at once. I'm going to use my regular scissors to cut the crepe. I've got a they used to call these pipe cleaners, and now I think they call them chenille stems or chenille stems. And this pair of scissors, which you could easily just use a good pair of shears if you have them, but I have these that are broken from years ago, but they work great for tinsel because they have a lot of torque in them, so I'm going to use that. The first thing you want to do is sort of lay out this because I want to measure the length. I want it to have one full length of layers here, and then I'm just going to alternate them. So I want it to be very thick, and I'm going to choose to do 3 layers of each, alternating them, and then I think I like to have the orange on top. So I started with the black color. Maybe if you want to be a little bit neater, you could cut them. I'm just going to tear them here for the sake of going quickly. Also, you can, I'm going to attach this with hot glue, but it is easy to sew it. It takes a little bit of preparation because you'll want to have all of your layers going at once, and that can be a little bit of a handful, but you can put them out and clip them together while you're getting everything lined up, and then just pull the clips off, the clothespins, while you're sewing it, and that will keep it all together in place. So it tends to want to move a little bit. So here I have 6 layers, and they're alternating with the black and orange. So what I want to do is pull my glue gun out, and this works really well if you're just using enough to do a few projects. I would sew it if you wanted to make a volume of it, but run a bead of glue down the middle, and then work as quickly as you can safely because you don't want to get burned. You can see that line. That glue is seeping up through a little bit. It's going to be hot. If you're not used to burning yourself, I would sew it. My hands get burned every day with this glue gun, so I'm going to risk a little bit of pain for a good outcome. Also, this is a larger glue gun than I generally use on camera. This one has a bigger glue stick, so it does last quite a bit longer. And for some reason, it doesn't, the glue doesn't come out on its own like with the other one that I have. It just wants to seep out the bottom, I think, because it's just a cheapo one from the dollar store. If you had a good one, it wouldn't do that. So I've got, here's 5 layers now. And then the last one I like is that orange on top. And then we can attach the tinsel or the chenille stem. And it'll be easy to line it up because you can just follow your glue line here. So these come in a pack at Michael's and Joann's in the kid craft section. I use them for a lot of things, so I get a big pack, but I think you can get them. I've got them in like a pumpkin-y orange and black and green and red, so you can even color your tinsel to match whatever your project is. I just happen to like silver. I think it sort of is a universal, looks good on all types of projects, whether it's vintage or retro or just regular. Press that in so that you know you've got a good contact. And then trim off the excess here so that you're going to wind up with a 12-inch sheet. You see I got that a little bit messy because I'm generally not attempting to work on camera, so I got a little bit out of my eye range. Now, you can choose to cut this all at once or cut it into smaller portions. I usually like to keep it in smaller portions, but just for today I'm going to do this. What you want to do, you see how it's got by the screw that holds it together, you want to make sure that you're cutting as close to that as possible. Like you're way up there so that you can get it cut as close to this, because if you just start here, it's not going to cut well. I have learned that from multiple experiences. And then just cut right along down all the way until you reach the other side. And then come back and do this side. Doesn't have to be perfect, and it does not have to line up. You just have to get them cut as close to that pipe cleaner as you can. And then go in and rough it up, like really, really, really get in there and work out all of your aggressions on it, because the more wrinkled you can get it, the poofier it's going to be. The really nice thing about this too is that it's going to leave you with a flat back. So it will be easy to glue down to things. Really get in there and work that out. So one last tip I want to show you is I've sort of prepared a tag, and I want you to see that if you line up the tinsel with the bottom of your project, it will look really cute till you turn it over, and then all the ones on the bottom will flatten. So you want to line up the bottom of the trim with the bottom of your project, not the tinsel. That way it won't flatten out. Cut this again with your very sturdy scissors, and then you may need to go in and pick a bit of that. See how that's going to be uneven now? Yeah. So this is going to be the right width, and I'm just going to add that with the glue again. And continue to give it a nice shape. So this is good for cards. It is really good for banners. It is good for tags. I don't know if I would put it in a scrapbook, because I think that if it flattened out, it might not look as nice. Put it around a painted peat pot and put Halloween thingies in it. You know, it's just a really vintagey inspired. They used to do it, you know, in the old days, but you can make your own. I have heard in a comment that Tim Holt has some. I've not seen that. but if you can make it yourself, then that is even more fun. That is it for our crepe paper fringe tutorial. Thank you so much to everyone who wrote in requesting this. You guys really seem to be interested in making your own embellishments, and also the Scrap Your Stash series has been getting a lot of good feedback. Y'all are interested in learning how to use up all your scraps, so we're going to continue to make those. And so here is a perfect place to put your crepe fringe, because this is a scrapped tag. So if you enjoyed this project, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and if you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye!